Hey guys, look at this jolly old elf, cute little gnome, tomte, house sprite, whatever you want to call him. He is so sweet, and we're going to do him today. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie, and this is the cute little gnome that we're going to do today. This was drawn on day 12, or for day 12 today. Doodle wash, the theme or prompt was elf, and so I did my own little gnomey guy. Welcome to everyone coming in. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. And if you have a chance, once you've been watching the show, click that like button. And if you're new, make sure you've got that subscribe button clicked and the notification bell. I'm going live probably most days this month. I'm trying to settle down Mondays at 10, the rest of the weekdays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday about noon. Friday is my evening show at 6 p.m. and then Saturday and Sunday whenever I feel like it, but probably around noon, about this time of day. If you came over because you saw one of my short videos, I would love for you to make sure and click that thumbs up and leave a comment and let me know if you like the hashtag shorts that I've been doing of my little ornaments and designs for the holiday season. And if you are interested in all 31 of these designs, I have it done up two ways. One, for instant gratification. You can download right now. You can go buy this. The link is at the top of the chat and down in the more information box below the video. This is 31 cute and creative hand-drawn winter designs. These are all drawn during my mega marathon of 8.5-hour drawing session here on YouTube. If you're interested in that video, after the show, you can click right up here and you will see the iCards. That won't let me run the iCards during the show for some reason. I haven't figured that out. But click the iCard. It's Am I Nuts? I drew all 31 designs in one shot, all the way across. So some of them are maybe a little simpler looking, but we make them look really good when we paint them. You know, it's good stuff. Second way. So if you don't have a printer, you don't have a way to get these things downloaded and printed, maybe you're watching on a device and you don't have a printer. It's okay. You can buy it on Amazon. I have a full printed book from Amazon. Nice, all the way done. And you can color. Everything is done just on one side of the paper. The back side of the paper has a very faint dot type print on it, so you could use it to do journaling in it if you wanted to. Use this as a little diary for your month. There's 65 pages in the book, so it's a thin little book, but it has all the designs. And be my guest if you want to lay another piece of paper over this and trace it off so that you can do it on different paper. Lay it on top of a light box, that page, and trace through onto watercolor paper. That's another really good trick. If you bought the downloadable one, I thought of this last night. When you print them off, if you print these off just on regular paper and you color them, you can actually make it into a big banner that you can hang up like flags, where you go in and do the little swallowtail cut at the bottom, fold the tops over on top of another piece of string, and then you can hang it up as like bunting or banners. So lots of ideas there. Oh, and finally, if you are not interested in coloring them yourself, I do have the first 9 designs. Look at that. The first 9 designs done up as a set of holiday tags that you can also make into stickers or cards. I was saying last night, the cover, I have it laid out so you could actually cut these out as a unit and just put them on the front of a card. You could also print this onto sticker paper, and you can then have cut them out yourself with scissors, and you can have stickers or seals to put on your envelopes. And the last thing that I thought of is that you could do it on the thin paper and decoupage. or collage with these. Really fun. So I was trying to make it so that you guys had options, even if you bought them as the pre-colored. Look at that. So it's the same 9 designs. You just get the background on one sheet and you get them cut out on the other sheet. Gift tags. I'm going to do my next set of designs, next 9. I will do them as a set, just like this set, if you're interested. And that will be going up on the 19th, I think, the 18th or 19th. I'm going to try and have it all ready except for the one that I finish on the 18th so that I can get it into the set. I hope that that is helpful to you guys, that you're enjoying it. Make sure click that thumbs up and let's get started painting. I'm sorry, I promise I'm going to try and not self-promote too much during this time. But you know, this is my job and this is how I earn my living right now, is doing my art and sharing the art with you, giving you opportunities to learn your path in creativity. I was thinking that this would look really cute. We're going to zoom in. Let's zoom in. And let's zoom in. There we are. Boop. Whoa, that went quick, didn't it? Zoom in. I have this drawn. These are the originals that I'm painting. I am painting the originals. So this is the original pen and ink work. And I am painting using this inexpensive fan palette. It is the 42 Colors by Superior Watercolor. And many different companies on the internet are selling them. If you go through my Amazon link and the price looks like it's a little high, like it's over $15, go do some searching around on the internet or on your Amazon. There we go. Search around on Amazon. As long as it says 42 Superior and Watercolor, it's the same thing. You were waiting for this one? So my idea is to do sort of the pine branch type effect around the outside right here and have it look like it's kind of coming behind and make this a shiny ball so he's being reflected in the ball reaching up to another ornament on the tree. What do you think? You like that idea? I like it. So that means that I'm not going to wet this paper. I'm going to just grab some greens and I'm grabbing, and see, I'm just sort of going from 1, 2, 3. These are all lovely, lovely greens that, ooh, I did it on the right hand side this time. How'd that happen, huh? And we're going to go in and just sort of do that little negative painting thing again. Putting one color in first. This green. I'm sort of letting the tip of the brush be like the little branches, the pine needles. Look at that. Let's see what the side view camera does. I may have to pull this down just a little. That's pretty. It's a little, well, actually, it's about the same color. It's right now, that's, we're just laying this in. So it looks like that ornament is actually hanging on the branch of a tree. That is fun. I think I do want to grab a little bit of, whoops, that's not the Prussian blue. I want the Prussian blue. And I need my paper napkin. A paper napkin just to wipe off. Oh yes, this is perfect for bamboo also. If you are looking to do bamboo. So I just grabbed a little bit of that Prussian blue and now I'm picking up my other greens. And look at, see how dark that got? I'm not worrying about putting lights in on the branches, I think. So welcome to everybody joining me. I see Linda and Catherine and Debbie and Mary and, oh my goodness, Suzanne and and Kathy S. And good morning, everybody. Good afternoon or good evening. So I thought about last night after the show, we are going to, I announced during the show last night that I am going to do a marathon on New Year's Eve. I'm just working some different colors in. I want a little variety, but I don't need it to be too specific, you know? Let's just little variety in those branches. All right. And so I was trying to think, how am I going to do that? And what am I going to do? I'm still working on the idea, guys, of what I want my theme for the month to be. Do I have a theme of like this, where I had the balls and I do whatever it is I do on the same shape? I could do food all month. I really don't want to do food. People are trying to do their oh, my brain just went dead. Resolutions. So, doing treats all month probably wouldn't be a nice thing to do to people. I'm just putting some shadowy bits in there. Let's go to the top again so you can see. I'm just layering them in. I'm doing some smaller marks now. That is just looking so sweet. I want some really, really dark lines. So, Debbie, KM is Catherine, or Cat. So KM is my niece, Catherine, and she has a YouTube channel also. So because she is my niece and, family gets preferences, I do shout her out just because I love her. And she is a really good artist and crafter. So if you're interested in doing some crafty things, she made a really neat puzzle box out of cardboard. So if you're interested in things that you can create, maybe make as little gifty packaging, she is awesome. She's got some really cool ideas. All right, I think I'm just going to make a few of those little branchy marks, and then we're going to move on to the ornament. I do need to dry that though, and I think I want to kind of work that back just a little bit near the ornament. This ornament is not going to be clear, it's going to be reflective. So I am going to have to decide what color that ornament needs to be. I did not design that originally to be that way, so we get to work on design as we're doing this, don't we? And I do want a little bit more of that darker color right up to the edge. I think, it all depends on what color I do my little elf, do his little garment in. You can paint. You know what? It's different muscles. Different muscles control the fine motors. I'm going to go ahead and use that same green right here on these little branches, just so I can have that part in. doesn't it feel like that's almost a reflection going on from the tree? It doesn't have to be on this tree. It could be hanging on a garland, and it's showing the reflection of the little elf or gnome or tumte or house critter. Little spirit of giving in the home. Spirit of peace and calm and joy. But it could be catching him where he's over on another, at another tree. Or at the tree. I still haven't decided what color. I'm kind of working this in. I think that I will just work that in really dark. Get some really dark branches in there. So it feels... Maybe this is a blue ball. And so then the green reflecting on it would turn that deeper green. Not sure. Oh, that's a really good tip, Catherine. Yeah, using a fountain pen slows you down, actually. So then you're more aware of what you're doing when you're drawing or writing your name or just writing in general with a fountain pen. I'm just going to throw a little bit of that blue-green right there for just because. Just because. And I think I want this to get a little bit deeper color. So we're going to do that. A little bit more color right in here. The paper is still wet. Getting a little more of that kind of phthalo-y green. So before I was working with mostly an olive type tone. Now I've got a little bit of that sort of phthalo feel going on here because I added more of the Prussian blue to it. Yeah, just that little bit. Doesn't have to be a lot. I'm just putting a few dots of it out here. And I know the edge looks really messy right now, but when it dries and we take the tape off, it's going to be gorgeous. Leaving some light. Don't paint out all your light. But I do want right there. I'm just going to pull that much darker. Coming up this edge. Then it feels, I guess it does feel kind of like the tree branch. Hello, Laura. Nice to have you here. All right, guys, so I know that there are lots of people going live during this time of day, and I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with me for a while. I'm grateful to you being here. If you could click that like button, and if you could share the video with your friends. That would really, really be helpful. If you share on Pinterest, share on Facebook, share by sending the link to your friends in email. Anything works. All right. I think that's good. See, I'm leaving a little rim here of light so that way we've got places for reflections. All right. So now I need to dry that. So like I said, I am looking forward to doing the live stream on New Year's Eve. I'm thinking I'll be starting about noon Pacific time And I want to go till probably 9 p.m. Pacific time, which would be midnight East time on, in the US. So it will already be New Year's Day for my Australian friends. So my Australian friends will have a fun time doing New Year's Day with us. And then we will do New Year's Eve. And it will just sort of be a fun New Year's Eve marathon because I'm going to try and draw whatever it is I'm drawing for the month of January. My tape was coming up from my board, so I just laid the back of my hand. So if I have any, any residue of anything, I'm less likely to have it on the back of my hand to push down the painting. It also is, this is a good way to test to see if it's still wet and it's dry. I think I need to figure out what color he's going to be so I can start putting in the color for the ball. And I think, I don't know, do I want to go non-traditional? I've already got a lot of green, so I don't want to do green. I really don't want to make him, I don't know if I want to do him red or if I want to do him purple. See, if I go into purple, then I could do the blue for the background and have that nice bright yellow star. Maybe that's what we'll do. So his outfit is going to be purple. His background, the ball, is going to be a deep blue. So he's going to be more lavenders and light color purples, I think. And there'll be a little touch of blue in his beard. And maybe magenta pink for his mittens. And maybe parts of his hat. Maybe it'll be maybe we'll do stripes, magenta stripe and purple stripe. I like that. See, I had to figure this out with you right here. So I think I am going to do, since the magenta is my, or red, I guess he's going to be red and purple stripes. So I'm going to go with, put that red down, but I'm going to water it down so it's not as brilliant red. I'm going to take my paper towel and dry out some of that paint just by pressing the belly of that brush right down. And that takes out a lot of the wet paint or wet watery bits. And I'm going to go ahead and he's going to have stripes, like candy stripes, going down. But he's going to be striped purple, and that's why I don't put my paint on that side generally. Because I set my hand down when I'm painting. So I'm going to get these stripes on. Get it a little darker right up underneath of his beard. I will dry before I put the purple stripes on. So I'm going to say the stripes on his sleeves are going towards his mittens. And if you're interested, over on Tangi, I am going to be doing a gnome. I'm doing the sleepy gnome that we did do live on YouTube, but I'm doing it as a workshop, so you can actually come in and show your work right during the show, right during it, because if you choose to. It's really a lot of fun. I did my cute little snowman yesterday. The one that's on the channel that I did the big pink bow with the polka dots. So, aw, that just looks like, the flannel nightie. Thank you guys so much for being so kind to each other. I appreciate that. Hello. And I think I think I need stripes going sideways on his hat. And see how there's this line right here? That's where it's wrapped around his head. And then this would be, if it was standing straight up, all of the stripes would be going across the hat. But since it's folded down, we have stripes going across. And then when it gets to that little seam or the little fold over area, let's see, close up. See where that little fold over area right there is? That's kind of the pivot point so that you can go around your hat and make it feel like the stripes are following the fabric. I like candy cane stripe things. You know, I'm seriously thinking that he's going to be red and white, and we're going to leave the purple off. What do you guys think? Keep him red and white and leave the purple off. Maybe do the ball as a deep purple. Let me know. Because see, because I was figuring out my colors as I was talking to you, sometimes our first idea isn't the best. Yeah. Yay, Linda. Thank you. Ready for the Tangy workshop. Yeah, we had Lori Ann was at the Tangy workshop also. Don't know if she's in here tonight or this morning or this afternoon. It's afternoon now. This early in the day. Yeah, it doesn't need the purple. I don't think so either. I'm really enjoying that kind of candy stripe. I think we need to zoom in a little further though. And come down on it. Boom, and focus. There we go. Oh, that worked. Oh yeah, well, yeah, I could do sort of lavender or deep purple, a deep rich purple on the mittens and on his feet. And then it's going to be the gold star, and maybe we'll do purple balls so that we have the color kind of going around in multiple places. I like that. And as we're just sitting here waiting, the paint is drying a little bit, and so it's making it so I can do a little bit more concentrated. Actually, I am going to pick up a tiny bit of that purple. See, I'm just picking up my brush is still with the red paint. But picking up that little bit of purple, I can use that right up underneath of the beard on the stripes. Little details, little things that make it feel like, oh, that beard really is on top. That side of his robe is going to the back, so it's a little darker right there. You know, sometimes I do get very quiet when I'm painting, especially when I get into those little tiny details. Make that just feel a little bit shadowy. You just got your Paul Rubens Pearlescent 24 and you're swatching while you watch. I've heard the Paul Rubens 24 is beautiful. I currently have my sitting on my desk, the Arteza 24. And they're really pretty too. They're really, really pretty too. I wonder. We might be doing a little bit of... Let me see. I'm going to grab this. I'm just going to grab kind of a blue color and see that color right there. That would work perfectly in his beard. And if I take, let's see, underneath, he's going to have some sparkles in his beard. Because I'm not painting his whole beard in, it's just getting the sparkly for the shadow. Look at that. See, I do things like that. I'm impulsive. Somebody mentions something and it's like, oh, I've got that sitting right there. Why not try it? So now he's got a sparkly beard. And now I think I'm going to just take a little bit of that red and mix it into that metallic blue, pearly blue, and quite a bit of water. Because what I want to do is just get maybe a little bit more red into it. I want it to be mostly a reddish tone, but not too red, and it's going to be very, very, very pale. I want to go in and make that sort of my little shadow on his outfit. Let's see. Maybe we'll make his... No, I don't want to make his mittens that color. His mittens are going to be more, I think, a little more purpley. Now, that got a little bit heavy, but the way to take care of that is take your paper towel and go straight down and pick it up. See? Just suck that right up. The metallic colors pick up really easy. There we go. I just want to get a hint of shade on that without making it too dark. That feels good. A little bit of shadow on these areas that are sort of falling away. That's really what helps to pop these guys up and make them feel a little more real, I think is what I want. I just want them to feel a little more real. Let's see. Just put this down as a base color on his mittens and on his little shoes. I'm going to dry him so that I can go in and do more details. You have a video to edit. Yep, I know those. That's one of the reasons, after all this time, I've really embraced the live stream. Because I just do it live. People who want to see every step of the way, they can just watch it nice and slow as we go. And if you don't want to watch it in slower speed like this, you can always hit that little gear below the video and change the speed. You just might want to turn the sound down because I'll start sounding like Alvin and the Chipmunks. Isn't that fun? Yeah. I think it was a good idea for that beard. I don't know. You can, oh yeah, you can kind of see it. You can see the shimmer. You can see it in person. The shimmer is a little harder to see when you're just looking at it, in, what do I want to say? When you're looking at it through the camera, it doesn't show up as well. It doesn't pick up that. And I'm making kind of a purpley color for his little feet. Say he's wearing slippers. His little mitten is now going to get shadow. Under the cuff right there, along the back of the thumb, the underside of his hand, just a touch at the back. And then I'll soften. Oh my goodness gracious! Thank you, Laura. I appreciate this. Let's see, you've learned so much about watercolor painting in the last 12 days of December, and you appreciate the live streams. Thank you, Laura. Oh, wow. That is beautiful, and I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everybody being here, guys. Really and truly. And I try to share things that would be helpful, you know, and I try to, I don't know. My gosh, you've got me all flustered now. Thank you. Oh, wow. So, you know, you just taking the time to do these things. And I love doing live streams now. It took me a while to kind of embrace the live streams because I was, you know, I would edit so that I could take out the those things. And I found my connector words. My connector words are, so, let's do this. Or, wow, that's so cool. And yeah, sometimes it really, and yeah, that's another one of my connector words. It's yes. I do try to be very clear and plain with my English so that people who are in other places can understand what I say, and so the auto captioning can understand also. Oh my goodness gracious. But I do come up with things like that. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm going to put the little ball on his hat into that sort of reddish purpley tone, I think. And the reason why these are all working together is because they're all in the cool tones, except for the star that's going to go on there. It's going to be a nice bright orange. Sometimes you need more than a phone call, but it will do for now. Absolutely. Absolutely. I do try to talk out exactly what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. Sometimes I don't know, and by verbalizing it out loud, I learn what it is I'm actually doing. Do you know that? Because I feel that I'm really a beginner still. I'm just picking up a little bit more of that red. Kind of pop that in there, leaving a little bit of a sliver of lighter purple on there. I think that's good. I am going to go ahead and start putting in the background, and I don't think it's going to be a super dark blue. I think it's going to be, maybe I'll throw some of that sparkly blue down here and kind of mix it with, and this is an experiment, so if it doesn't work, it's okay. Remember, it's just a piece of paper and paint and a little bit of time, and I'm learning things even if I'm not, even if I end up not being happy. I'm probably going to be happy. I'm really, quite pleased with how things are showing up. I just put that metallic right on my blue there, didn't I? Wow, it's almost the same color. That is actually going to be good. And I'll just have to wait until that metallic, here, I'll show you. See, I actually dropped that metallic right here on my palette. So that pearl color is going to stay there for a while. And I do want some white. White. Okay, so white is water. Apparently, right now my brain said I want some white, but what I wanted was water. Yes, absolutely, Catherine. That is what is going on. I do explain things to myself as I'm painting. So just like here, I'm trying to leave a little bit of some white. I am going to put that color right in close to him because he's on the outside, reflected. I'm not going to put a wash of color over him though. I'm going to say that this is a magical bauble. There's going to be a highlight going on here, but it's not going to look like a clear ball this time. At least that's my goal. So really and truly, I should make those stripes a little bit more bluish. And yes, when I say bluish, I immediately think of the Beatles and the Yellow Submarine and the Blue Meanies. Is that dry? Okay. Ooh, that's pretty with that little bit of sparkle in there. And I'm just working right up to the edge. His garments are dry. If you don't have something to dry your painting, just let it sit. But if you see something that you really like, an angle, if you're working wet into wet and something turns out looking, oh my gosh, I don't want that to move, if you zap it with a hot hairdryer, it will sort of freeze it in time. The ball is dry. There is sparkle in my paint, a little bit of metallic or pearl. I'm not too worried about getting every single little bit of white filled in, but because there's going to be sparkle. There's going to be, so just like those holes in the tree, I'm bringing some of that blue right up into the holes in the tree. I love doing this type of painting because it is really quite stress-free. I'm just coloring. I'm using watercolor as my coloring medium. You could do this with markers. You could do it with colored pencils. You're not limited in what your media is when you're coloring. You can experiment with different ways of coloring things in. I want to zoom out on that for just a second. Since I can't... Oh, okay, yeah, it is working. So I've got my back layer done. Yes, this is Coroplast. It is a plastic signboard. You can get it at hardware stores, like where they sell the yard sale and garage sale signs. Many times you will find sheets of this corrugated plastic board in those areas. See, it's just corrugated like cardboard, but it's plastic or PVC. So it makes it nice to be able to have something to tape your work down onto that isn't going to warp. And it seems to do okay with the heat tool. It doesn't seem to warp on me with the heat tool, so I like that also. All right, I did leave some little spots of white. That's good. I am going to, let's see, grab some more of that color off my palette. Just get it a little bit heavier. A little wetter. I want a bit of a darker, a little bit darker. think I'm going to put a little bit more of that blue right back into that edge, and then I'm going to bring just ever so slightly to the outside edge of that ball, just so that it feels like that tree that's on there is kind of a reflection. And we will be sparking that up with just a touch of white. Oh, they also, corrugated signs also make great soap molds. Excellent. You know, the dollar store might have some corrugated signs. I would definitely check there. You can also find the signboard on Amazon. I think I have it linked in my Amazon store. So I have affiliate links down in the more information below the video for all my materials. If I don't have the signboard, I will get it put in there, because I've bought it many times on Amazon. Yeah, you can definitely build your own little boxes and things like that with it. It glues together really well with hot glue. Kind of melts a little bit, but not like styrene plastic does. Like the styrofoam balls, doesn't melt like that. All right, I am going to go like this. I want to put some extra water on there, and I'm going to lift out just as really I'm doing it to see if I can. So I'm just going to work that. This is 100% cotton paper. So once it's down, it's kind of down. And the blue is a staining color, apparently. My blue on the palette is a very staining color. Oh, I love the mica though. So let's see. Go there and go there. Can we see the mica? Not really. All right, I'm going to grab some of that purplier tone to start darkening the edge just a little. You cannot see because of the reflection. Let's go back to here and let's zoom back in. Bye, Bonnie. Have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Find some time to just sit and breathe. You know, sometimes we forget to just sit and breathe. We get so tied up, so worried about things, or we're in so much pain or different things that many times we find out we've been holding our breath. And pain hurts more when you hold your breath. And thoughts seem to get more anxious when we hold our breaths. So if you remember to breathe as you're doing things, it really, really helps. I'm just smoothing things out, making it a little bit wet, so when I put more of that color on, see, that's what I'm doing. I wonder if I should put like some little snow polka dots on. I might do that, or stars, little star polka dots like he's in the dark. I'm going to darken up down here at the bottom a little more. Sort of firm up my edge of my line. Doesn't have to be perfectly round, guys. You see how my circle grew? My ornament ball has grown. It's okay. I think that's good. I'm going to dry so then I can go in and put the ornaments and his star in, and then we can get those highlights on. All right, so thank you guys. If you are new in here, I am Stephanie. This is Deliberately Creative, and whoa, and the focus decided to go auto. Don't want autofocus. I do pen and ink and watercolor and acrylic and gouache. I have a lot of fun doing things that are creative to help you work on your creativity. I did a series of 31 drawings, original art on watercolor paper for on the 30th of November as a marathon. If you're interested in all 31 designs, I am doing them one a day to paint for the whole month of December. And if you want to paint along, you can click on the link in the chat, and there is a link for my Teespring store and the book, the downloadable instant download book with all 31 designs for very inexpensive. So then you can print it out and paint or color as your heart wishes. I think I am going to go kind of a goldy yellow. Right there. There's water on the ferrule of my brush. I'm going to wipe it off. And then I'm going to go and I dried my background so that when I put the yellow on, I wouldn't go poof out and become green. Where it touches the blue, it will go a little bit green. That's okay. And then I kind of want these little balls to be brighter. So maybe I will put yellow on them first and then make them orange. And if I want more, like I want another one right up there, I need to put a little drop of gouache as I go searching around my board now. Oh, right here next to me. I'm going to put a little drop of gouache. So I rinsed out my brush, drying it out. I'm just going to take... I know you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to stick your brush into the tube of paint. But you know what? Sometimes we do things we're not supposed to do. It's okay. I'm going to make these into like orange balls, but to get the color to show up, and I am going to dry those really quick. Because I didn't know that I was going to have them there. One more, right there. Just little dots. By putting the white down, it helps to allow the other colors. Yeah, the problem, what they say is that you can contaminate your the paint in the tube. If you say I had blue and I reached in, I could leave a bit of blue, and then I would need to squeeze the tube out and get the paint out of there before, say I wanted to do something and I didn't want it to turn pale blue. I just wanted white. This one is your favorite today, Catherine? Yeah, you said that yesterday about the candy cane. Although the candy cane is one of my absolute favorites, I think. These balls should be silver? Oh, I could do silver balls on this. Because I have a lovely silver pen. I like that. Thank you, Catherine. That's a really good idea. I think I might use gold on that star. So let's see. Silver. And then I can take a little bit of blue onto those silver balls if I need to. This is the Signo Uniball UM153. I'll just go right over that yellow. I will put some little dots of white onto these, I think, to give them a little bit of shape. But I do like the idea of the silver balls. So thank you. They will be shiny. But this is like This is like chrome. You know, this silver is a beautiful, beautiful silver. It goes out like liquid metal. See how quick that goes on too. And they dry pretty fast. So you don't want to run your hand through it. You want those to dry. So, oh. There. So after that's dry, I can do something with that. Let's see, where's my gold? There's my gold. So here we are. We've got the gold metallic. I'm going to leave some of that yellow, put the gold on, make it feel a little more star. Now tomorrow is going to be the very simple looking star that was based on my folded star, and we could do doodling on it. I mean, it's just a paper, you know, the design of the star on the ball. So actually I think I'm going to go like this. Put a little bit of gold glitter on those silver balls. Oh, that's pretty. And you know what? These are going to be all gold. I'm going to make it all gold on the top here. And then take my pen and put a little bit of detail on it. Just so that it kind of goes with the feel of the rest. See, I'm growing it also. I'm making it a little bit bigger. So we're getting things. Now something that I see there, and I think I'm going to grab a little brush. Come on. There we go. Get that wet. I want to see if I go like this, can I smooth out? Ooh. I'm going to have to rinse my brush really good, or really well, actually. Rinse the brush really well. But while the ink is still wet, you can actually move it around with your brush, and then it feels more like it was painted instead of drawn. And this is water-based. Ooh, I see I still have some little bits of gold on those balls there. And we'll put some little drops of white. Hello, hello. Thank you. Yeah, he is really, really cute. I think we're going to go with a silver top on this. And I'm going to use that brush to move it around the way I want it, so it doesn't feel like I drew it on with the pen. If your brush tip is a little bit wet, but not soppy, just a little bit wet, you can actually move that around. Oh, that's cool. So yes, I do use the term cool. Yeah, there's nothing left on it. Now I'm going to take my heat tool, dry those really quick. We are almost done. If you haven't already clicked that like button, please make sure and click the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I have been noticing that my videos are getting, more people are subscribing, but because I'm in that sort of changeover from my fluid acrylic pouring, I'm just going to put a little bit of that pen to the very outside. Just a little bit. Just because I want to. And for no other reason, I think. Put a little bit of a line going across, and now put my little lines back in. And the shadow of the hanger, because what that does with the shadow of the hanger is it pushes that hanger bit back from that front edge. Put a shadow underneath of the edge of the little topper here. There we go. We're going to put that highlight on with, oh, but I was going to do a little bit of detail, wasn't I? So I'm going to say this is the detail in the star. Sort of giving us a little feel of what we might be doing tomorrow. Ah, look at that. Sweet little star. Maybe with the silver in the center. Let's see, where did I set the silver pen down? I see these. It's like I see the white and I see the... There. And let's see here. His nose has no color. I just noticed that his nose has not color. So I will go like this, because I have paint on the side of my palette here that's been used on this painting, and I have a little brush. I'm going to give him just a little color there, and maybe a little color up underneath of his hat. So it doesn't have to be super strong. Fun things. All right. And now we're going to get that highlight on there. And this is the part that takes bravery. You know, this is the only part, because what you're doing is you're taking kind of an opaque paint, this white gouache, and this is just a plain white gouache, so it can be reactivated. Taking that white gouache, getting it in my brush, test, yes, feels good. And I'm going to say maybe there's a bit of a window on this side over here. And there's a little bit of some light reflecting going up around. And it looks like after it's dry, the pen kind of repels the paint just a little bit. That's interesting. I am going to make that feel a little bit more faded off as it comes down, and fade that off as it comes down. Get some light up here. I think I'm going to just make that a wider window is over on this side. There we go. That's feeling good. As long as the outside edge of your reflection kind of curves with your object that you're putting the reflection on. Let's see. But because this is, I want to soften that up. I'm not as happy with that. And you know what? That's why we can Oh, now I like that. I'm just going to bring that all the way out towards the edge. You can soften it up. And then you can go in and blot it and soften it up more. Because this is not a clear ball, and I forgot that I wasn't doing a clear ball. I'm just showing you that sometimes you take that step of bravery and it might have been a step too far, but you can fix it. Don't worry. Don't get too worried. I want to move that highlight out closer to the edge. I'm not too upset about the highlights over here. I just want to soften it just a little. You don't want to go over it too much here though, because this will reactivate. See how it's getting a little muddy? What we do for that, we just put a brighter highlight on it. See? Just put that brighter highlight on there. There. All right. So what I need, and this is what you do. You go along and you go, what do I need? What do I need? What I need here is I need a darker blue, the same blue that I used. I need just a darker version of it, or a heavier, more pigmented version of it. And take it right in along the edge. In just a few spots. Because I kind of blurred out all of that really, really bright. There we go. See? You can make it work. You don't have to give up. Don't throw your hands up and say, oh, I ruined it. Because you didn't. You didn't. You just gave it another layer. See? Oh, look at that. That is so pretty. And it's actually making him feel like he really is a reflection on this ball instead of just being painted on the ball. It's making it feel even more metallic and more shiny glass. Get that really, really strong sort of phthalo blue edge right back in there. Needs to be shadowy in that. So yeah, I do make choices sometimes that are a little bit interesting. Or a little, you know, less than what I was expecting it to be. Put a little blue up in that. All right. And I just moved up off the screen. I'm sorry. All I did was just touch a little bit of blue right here. It did. That's the reason why we ended up with a really strong highlight over the star, was because the water reactivated the pen and drug it down and gave me kind of this globby, weird looking color. So I just covered it with a highlight You can do that, guys. Cover things with highlights. We're going to go ahead and focus. Take that tape off and see what we end up with here. I really like the cotton Arteza paper. These are the cards, 140-pound paper, and it works really, really well with the watercolors, with the pen, and the tape does not seem to pull the paper up. Look at that, guys. Oh. And you can still see the shiny bits in there, the bit of shimmer in the ball, the bit of shimmer from those metallic pens. Let's zoom in. Autofocus. And look at that. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you are interested in all of the designs, I have the book. I have the downloadable book available right now on Teespring so that you can get all the designs, including this little guy. Look at that. So that's where we started, and that's where we ended. I think that's pretty cool. And so now you can see, yes, the book looks very simple, but it leaves you room in these designs to put your own fingerprints, your own ideas, and your own designs, so that you can make this into your own piece of art. Yeah, I am so happy. I'm really, really tickled with how this turned out. And this is in the 31 Cute and Creative Hand-Drawn Winter Ornaments Print and Color on Teespring. It is linked at the top of the, it'll be in the iCard. It's linked in the top of the chat and down in the more information box. If you don't have a printer though, many people are, I don't have a printer. I have a printed coloring book you can get from Amazon. If you're on Prime, it usually takes about 3 days, and you have your coloring book all printed up and ready to go. And again, there we go. Yes, the designs in the book are a little bit bigger. I just thought that it would make it easier if you're giving it to someone younger who wants to color in, to have slightly larger designs. It's also really nice, again, to use these for decorations. You know, the book is very inexpensive. When you figure you have 31 designs, you could have 31 ornaments for a tree, and it's like $7. It's not very expensive. On the downloadable book is $6 all over on Teespring. So I will say I make more profit off of your instant download, which gives you that instant gratification. And last but not least, the holiday tag set. If you don't want to color, or you just want copies of my colored designs, first 9 designs is in set 1. You have it both ways, with the backgrounds and without. And you have the front sheet that you can cut and use as the front of cards, or you can put them on sticker paper and use them as stickers or seals. So there we go. Thank you guys. Remember, go out and do something creative. Take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. We're going to be doing the star tomorrow, and the star, yes, it does look very basic, but just like today, oh, we're going to come up with something amazing. So that's preview for tomorrow. I will be getting the rest of the videos thumbnailed and scheduled for the rest of the month as I get moments to do it. And thank you so much. Yes, you could you can, the cover ones, you could, you can paint them and Mod Podge them onto wood ornaments and make actual ornaments. Absolutely. Absolutely. Paint the paper, Mod Podge, or decoupage onto wood ornaments, flat cookies. When she's saying flat cookies, she's talking about these kind of things. So see, you could paint it, and from the printouts that you print out on your printer, paint them, decoupage them onto wood cookies, and then you'd have ornaments for your tree. That way. All fun. Thank you. Go out and do something creative. Take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. And I want to see you back here again tomorrow, if you're around. See you soon.